Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy Dragon and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Bit later in the day than I should usually do this, but I was distracted by editing a minute out of a previous recording where I accidentally gave spoilers for a movie. Anyway, once his words live persistently in my mind. We were friends. I sat on one of the chairs in the reception area, trying to put my thoughts in order. Hello, Alex. Got something to say? Alex. Alex, come on. Hey. There was no way that he was my friend. Oh, what is this? What a delight to run into the princess at this hour. What? Yes, Alex? You got something you'd like to say? Hey? Ah. Alex, you got something you want to say? No, I must ask, why are you still awake, darling? Oh my god, how does... Oh my god, odd. How did my Italian accent turn into that? I jumped at the sound of Karma's voice. I turned to look at him. Karma frowned at the expression on my face. You look like you've seen a ghost. I can only stare at him in response. Oh my, is my beauty so captivating you find yourself at a loss for words? No, I was just thinking about how beautiful I am. Hey, I thought you were the gay option when you first appeared, so don't... Yeah. His ego knows no bounds. What was that? Was that the Italian accent slipping through? I rolled my eyes and changed the subject. What are you doing up this late? A nighttime stroll. I found myself filled with... What? What even is that word? Ennui? Right. I will go and retire for the night now. Have a good sleep. It'll be a long day tomorrow. You do not have to remind me. You still have a ways to go before you get used to the commoner's lifestyle. Oh my god, what even is this voice turning into? Can anyone tell me what this voice is turning into? I certainly struggled with it. Karma barely works. I only ever see him slack off. But wait, are you a noble Karma? Perhaps. I'm not gonna say anything. If you wanna find out, play the game yourself. Do Karma's route. The game's free. Oh my lord. Into the waste basket, you naughty Kleenex. This is going nowhere. This tavern is full of secretive people. Yes, it is. You're a master of doing the obvious. I wonder if this lifestyle has anything to do with this curse. Well, I am not planning to get used to the commoner lifestyle. I will break my curse as soon as possible. Seems like we both have a long way to go before that happens, Princess. We don't want to play with you anymore. But why? We are friends, are we not? Friends? Who said that? You did. We were friends until you stopped sharing your toys. But that is because you still haven't... What? You haven't returned the toys I gave you. Returned them? You gave them to us. No, I did not. Let's go play with our real friends. Yeah, our real friends aren't selfish. I warned you, dearest one. Didn't I tell you? People will only hurt you in the end. That's why I forbade you from playing with those children. I only ever wanted what's best for you. I am sorry, Mother. I am so sorry. Hush now, dearest one. Mother won't let anyone hurt you anymore. Okay, so chapter 3 finished, chapter 4 begun. What do you think's gonna happen in chapter 4, Alex? Maybe he's having a bath, so he's not that vocal at the moment. We have... let's try that again. 3 weeks have passed since my encounter with the king. I am once again in town with Waltz as he prepares for one of his shows. I have already lost count of how many of his shows I have watched at this point. The excursions have become a part of my daily routine. Waltz has been insistent on training me as his assistant, so I have decided to play along. Even now I am helping him construct his booth, though he refuses to let me carry anything too heavy. I have experienced so many new things in these past few months. Things I'd always wanted to experience, but had never told anyone about. Somehow, Waltz knew about all of them, even when he told me that we were childhood friends, and insisted that my memories of him had been erased. I hadn't believed him. But now, I am beginning to believe that he is telling the truth about this forgotten friendship. Waltz smiles at me from where he is assembling the front of the booth. You used to dream about getting out of the palace to see Angel, and now here you are. You can't imagine how happy I am that I can finally fulfill all of the promises I made to you. I still have reservations about believing your story, but... Waltz, even if you did know me a long time ago, I am not the same. I hand him the small curtains from the booth, my head dipped so that I do not have to look him in the eyes. I am not the child you used to know. I know that. But I also believe that the girl that I knew all those years ago, the one who was always so happy over the smallest thing, that kind, sincere girl, she's still you. How can that be when I don't think I've ever truly known what happiness feels like? After Waltz hangs the curtains, the booth is complete. I expect him to step out from the side as he always does, but he sets his palms down on the table instead and looks at me. When I saw you again that day, I was so happy. I thought fate had brought you back to me. Waltz's voice is very soft when he speaks. But then you still didn't recognize me. Waltz's voice trails off and I frown. There are still so many things he is not telling me. Eventually, Walt picks up his box of puppets and smiles at me brightly. Anyway, I've got a show to perform. Don't go anywhere. I notice that his smile does not reach his eyes as I watch him walk away. I look out at the crowd that has gathered for the show. There are a lot of families here today. I watch as two families approach each other. The adults begin to converse with each other while the kids run up to the front of the crowd to catch a better glimpse of the show. Some of the children have shoes, but the parents are barefoot. All their clothes are dirty and torn. Their lives are clearly hard, but they are still smiling. I have never been in desperate need of clothes or food. I have never had to work for anything. I should have been happier than these people when I was a princess, but now I am beginning to see that the material things that I had were never enough to buy me true happiness. Hello everyone. I take a step off to the side as Walt begins his show. Walt weaves his stories as seamlessly as he always does, captivating his audience with every word, but I am not paying attention. My focus is locked on the two families standing near me. When I see these people, I cannot help but wonder, what kind of life have I been leading? Walt's show is a success yet again. He is smiling from ear to ear as he counts the coins he has earned as a reward for his good performance. You look happier than usual. I am. I have been saving money for a special toy, and now I can finally buy it. He says he does not like to be treated like a child, but he gets so excited whenever he mentions a new toy. I pause at the sound of laughter, and he looks up to see a group of children talking excitedly to each other as they approach Waltz and I. Ah, this might be an opportunity. An opportunity? Making these children happy might be a good deed. What? Walt ignores me as he jogs up to the children. Walt! A group of children swarm him, talking loudly as they each try to cling to him in some manner. We've been waiting forever for you to come back. But I was here a couple days ago. But you didn't have time to play. Can we play now? Please, please, please. We've been good, just like you told us. The boy looks around at the group of children, and they all nod their heads with eager agreement. Well, if you've been as good as you say, how could I say no? The children cheer. I'm going to start counting now. Come on! You won't find us this time. The children disperse around the area. I watch them go with disinterest. That's your cue to hide, princess. What? Why do I need to take part in this? You don't want to play? But we used to play hide and seek all the time. I am fairly certain I have never played a game like this with anyone before. Is this another memory that was taken from me? Big sister, play with us. Now hold on 1 second. A little girl runs up to me and begins to pull me along with her. Hey! I look at Walt, but he only smiles at me. It seems like I don't really have a choice. Walt turns to face the wall. He covers his eyes and begins to count. Before I can react, the little girl has let go of me and is running off. What is going on? I turn and see a boy hiding behind a barrel. You have to hide before you finish this counting. They didn't even explain the rules of this game. How was I supposed to know what to do? I look around me to find places that I might hide. Maybe behind the tree, behind the fountain would also work. Or those wooden crates. Tree, fountain. I'm going with my gut. Wooden crate sounds like the best hiding place. Ready or not, here I come. I cannot believe I am sitting on the dirt to avoid being seen. My dress is getting sore because of a child's game. Found you! My heart begins to race as I turn to look at him. But I realize that Waltz has found one of the children. Oh, it wasn't me. Wait, why am I worried about being found? Got you! Every so often I hear Waltz claim that he's found someone, but he still hasn't found me. Do I get something if I run this game? You still haven't found Big Sister yet? You're right, where could she be hiding? This is quickly becoming boring. Found you! I jump and I hear Waltz's voice behind me. He looks down at me in triumph. You won, Princess! I won? Looks like you're an expert at this game. I am not. You just did not look hard enough. That doesn't change the fact that you still win the game. You should be happy. Great job, Princess. Waltz pats me on the back and smiles once again before he turns his attention back to the children. He is right. His praise makes me feel strangely happy. Why? Right, everyone, that's it. The children begin to whine, clearly disappointed. We only played one round. Now don't be like that. I promise to play another game with everyone soon. What on earth? Ugh. Now run along. I'm sure your parents are looking for all of you. One of the children, a little girl, tugs on my sleeve. Thank you for playing with us, big sister. Please come again. Mute, 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 mute. No! That's a video I had processing. That's a video I had processing. Good lord, how long even is this? I can't see any time on this. What? No, mute. Stop. No. How? I hit pause. Pause! Yes, sir. The correct time and everything. I'm sorry, Alex. Did I interrupt your bath? Hey, have anything to say, Alex? Guess not. Anyway, let's carry on. She smiles at me before skipping away to join the rest of the children. All the children head off together back toward the residential area of the town. They liked you. How do you know that? Didn't they? Didn't you see how happy they were when you joined in? Children are so easy to please. That's why I envy them. Adults aren't like children. They worry too much and don't appreciate the small joys in life. As we grow up, we forget how to be happy. Forget how to be happy? Walt may be right about that. When I was younger, my dolls brought me so much joy, but now... Yeah, guessed right. Anyway, since you won, you deserve a treat. A treat? You'll like it, I promise. I sit on a wooden bench, waiting for Walt to return. He said it would be easier for him to go alone, because he wanted to surprise me. I did not protest. I have been on my feet all day. I never thought I would be running around playing with children. I wonder what this treat is going to be. Every time we come to the plaza, it is always packed with people. Most of the popular shops are clustered in this area. I observe the town quietly before my eyes land on the statue of the king. He looks noble, riding a rearing stallion. The sight makes my heart twist uncomfortably. I am pulled out of my thoughts when a child trips and falls in front of me. He begins to cry. Should I do something? But before I can react, a man and woman are there pulling the child up. The man takes the child in his arms as the woman rubs his back. There, my love. Mama and Papa are here now. I watch as they slowly walk away, the mother still crooning to her child. Mother would always get angry at me if I was about to cry. I wonder what it's like to be comforted like that. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you okay? I keep the family in sight for as long as I can, before turning to Walt. I am fine. Here. Candy apples. What is this? A candied apple. A long time ago I promised that I would bring you one, but I wasn't able to keep that promise. That's why I'm fulfilling it now. I do not recall such a promise. I twirl the candy, inspecting its glazed and shiny appearance. I didn't know you could make an apple look like this. I promise there are no poisoned apples here. These ones are just sweet. I sniff at the candy. Sweet. I take a small bite. Well? I become so immersed in my taste that I do not even hear Waltz. The candied apple tastes like nothing I have ever tried before. This is good. I take another, bigger bite. Is that a smile I see, Princess? What? I wasn't smiling at all, was I? When I get some extra money for my shows, I'll make sure to treat you again. I have lots of favorites to show you. There are more desserts like this? Of course, I'll make you try all of them. Walt stands, then moves over to a trash bin so that he can dispose of his finished apple. It's getting late. Let's get back to the marching. The next few weeks become a blur. I continue to help out in the tavern, while sometimes accompanying Walt for his shows. The Walt continues his lessons on goodness. I have yet to gain a single good deed. I am slowly starting to lose hope. It has been months since I was cursed, and I still have yet to complete a single good deed. Today I have been assigned the task of serving merchant customers. I honestly prefer my duties with Mr. Broom. At least I don't have to mingle with all these people. I have only just entered the tavern when I freeze at the sight of a familiar face. Fritz? His posture is stiff, his arms are crossed, and he is obviously uncomfortable. What is he doing here? How did he get in here? I walk toward him, but do not get far before he is in front of me, down on one knee with his head bowed. I finally found you, Your Highness. How does he remember me? How did he find me? Isn't it obvious? I'm sure you, my dear audience, has figured it out. Fritz. Princess, I have no idea what is happening, but the whole kingdom, everyone has completely forgotten you, and let us go somewhere else to talk. I interrupt Fritz when I notice all of the stairs around the room. Not so fast. Seemingly from nowhere, Jurian and Garland are in front of me, separating me from Fritz. Lady Jurian, Sir Garland, I was told you left Engel. What are you two doing here? I could ask you the same, Sir Fitzgerald. What are you doing here? Fritz is at a loss for words as he stares at Jurian, confused. Answer the question, Sir Fitzgerald. What are you doing here? I am quickly reaching the end of my patience. Just let him talk to me. Wait. Just let me talk to him. Neither Jurian nor Garland back down. If anything, they only look more ready to draw their swords. I don't trust him. As I look at the three of them, I remember the story of Jurian and Garland's dismissal from the Order of Caldera. Sir Alcaster was the one that dismissed them, so perhaps they hold some type of grudge? Is it because Fritz is Sir Alcaster's son? I do not know why you do not trust Sir Alcaster, but Fritz is a completely different person. He is my knight. He would never harm me. We have our reasons for doing this, Princess. I sigh, rubbing at my forehead with my hand to try and dispel an impending headache. I swear, you lot are like a bed of snakes. Stop hissing at each other. Delora walks from behind me, swatting at Jurian and Garland to move them. She smiles at Fritz before turning to beam that same smile at Jurian and Garland. If you are so concerned, then feel free to chaperone the princess with her knight. I am sure the two of you can handle it if he tries to do something funny. Fritz's voice is quiet when he speaks. You know I would never hurt her. Maybe I should consider an accent for Fritz. Oh, ja, Wiener Schnitzel. No, 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 no. Just no. You know I would never hurt her. Fine. I glare at Jurian and Garland when we are in the reception room. Thankfully, they take the hint and retreat from the opposite wall, far enough to give Fritz and I some privacy. Fritz speaks as soon as I sink into a chair. I haven't seen you in 4 months, Princess. It's been that long already? Did you know how worried I was when Did you know how worried I was when I woke up one day and realized that Princess Emalegny was in your place? To make things worse, no one remembered you. Not even the king. When I brought up Grand Princess Miranda, everyone thought I was delusional. Where do I even begin? I decided to start with the facts of my curse and how I am meant to break it. So you have the Cinderella curse, and that's the reason you've remained in the margin? Yes. And you need to complete 3 good deeds to break it? That is right. And how many good deeds have you accomplished, if you don't mind me asking? I frown as I shake my head. None. I do not think I am capable of doing good. Of course you are. I look up in surprise at Fritz's impassioned declaration. Let me start with this. I knew even when we first met that I was not what you were expecting. I wouldn't be surprised to know that I even disappointed you. But you never said a word of complaint, even in the beginning when I made lots of mistakes. And we both knew how clumsy I was in the beginning. There was kindness, there was kindness in you, Princess. I know this for a fact. Oh, jeez, I need an accent to give Fritz so I keep the voice consistent. Or, no, I'm not giving him the Mingla Merciless voice. Even when I look away, I can still feel Fritz's eyes and smile directed at me. Anyway, if everyone has forgotten who you are, how is it that I can still remember you? There, there is only one reason that makes any sense, though it brings up more questions than answers. Those who have a fairy tale curse are not affected by the conditions of another person's curse. Wait, are you saying that I am cursed? Well, I've played this game before. And I'm sure you, my dear viewers, have figured it out. Unless you're secretly a witch or a fairy. No, I'm definitely human. I can assure you of that. What about Lady Jurian and Sir Gorlin? Jurian speaks up from her corner of the room. Though the knights have been feigning disinterest, there is no doubt they are listening in on our conversation. We aren't cursed, so unfortunately we don't remember Princess Miranda being Crown Princess. We only found out when she came here. I see. Fritz's distress is apparent as he looks grimly down at the floor. He hasn't admitted to having the curse, which means that he either does not know he has it or refuses to tell me. I can't believe this. How could I have the fairy tale curse and not know about it? Have there been no differences in your life lately? I suppose I've been more forgetful lately. Does that count? Oh, you have no idea. You've always been forgetful. I know. Fritz's posture stiffens as Jurian walks towards us. From the other end of the room, her arms are crossed and her gaze directed at Fritz is filled with suspicion. How are you able to find this place? Fritz looks back at me as if asking permission and I nod. I've been dispatching scouts throughout Engel to look for the princess ever since she disappeared. A girl matching her description was seen in this area, entering this house. That's not good. I've not played this route, but oh, that's not good. When my scouts entered this place, they found it empty and abandoned. I figured this was as good a place to look as any for traces of her. Though I was expecting an empty house, not a tavern full of people. Only those with the curse or certain people are permitted, such as Jurian and myself. Wait, let's try it again. Only people with a curse or certain permitted people, such as Julian and myself, can enter this place and see it for what it is. So, I really am cursed then. Fritz is silent for a moment as he considers what was just said to him. Maybe a British accent? That does explain things, though not as much as I'd like. Fritz stands. I still have many questions to ask, but I am expected back at the palace. Fritz turned to look at Jurian and Garland. I don't know why the two of you are here, but I'm glad you are here. Forget it. I know I can trust you to keep the princess safe. Please take care of her. You don't have to tell us twice. Fritz smiles in reply before turning once more to bow to me. Until we see each other again, princess. And that would be enough for today. I'm Brian Croy Dragon signing out. Stay Shrey and Happy New Year.